Hi, welcome everyone. I'm Cindy Metzler here, one of the Sisterhood for Success founders. And I'm here with Amy Biederwolf, one of our other founders. And Amy has a message today that we're going to be talking about. Basically, why getting outdoors is one of the keys to success and how your environment impacts you. So we're going to play Amy's motivational message today, some words of wisdom that she shared on YouTube and on her social channels today, and then we're going to open it up for discussion, okay?
Hi there, and welcome to today's version of Weekly Motivation. My name is Amy Biederwolf, and today I'm wondering if you feel as though you've reached your potential in life. I know I'm a work in progress, and I can imagine a lot of you feel the same way. So today I want to talk about how environment relates to potential and success. In fact, environment is everything. You can take the average person and all of a sudden they become a rock star if they're put in the right environment. So when you think today about your environment, where you live, what kind of job that you have, your income stream, the people that you spend time with during your income stream, whether it's staying at home or working with other people in an office, and then also the people that you spend time with in your free time. What are they contributing to you personally? Are they helping you to advance personally, or are they holding you back? Maybe they're the kind of people that you sit down and watch TV with. And trust me, I don't have a problem with TV. I'm a big fan of all of the housewives, so we all need a way to decompress. However, if that is the way that we're spending the majority of our free time, maybe we want to rethink it. Maybe we want to, eliminate some of the people who are energy suckers, who are negative, and start hanging out more with people who are more successful, who focus on developing personally, who are into reading books that will help them learn new skills that can contribute to them financially and personally over time. So today, I think the message I'd like you to take away from this is, where are you in your environment, and how is it contributing in all different ways to you traveling down the path to becoming the person that you want to be and fulfilling your potential? If you have some suggestions or tips or
Alrighty, well, that's today's message. And you know what I feel so excited today to talk about is because Cindy Metzler is going through a particularly difficult environment challenge these days because she's having construction done on her house. And I mean, that's an obvious environment impediment. But there are other ways that environment can impact us positively or negatively. But Cindy, would you talk a little bit about just that very obvious environment issue that you're dealing with today and how it's impacting your productivity?
Sure. Well, everybody, we try to work around things, and obviously that's a small challenge compared to some of the other environmental challenges that people have. But I do want to share that we recently, we're in the middle of construction at our home. We had a flood in the kitchen, so we had to knock down a wall, get some cabinets replaced, etc. So it ended up turning into snowballing into a larger project. And for the last 2 months, we've been walking into the house, and it's almost like the rooms that are not under construction, it's like a hoarder zone, because that's where everybody's items are. And even in the front hallway in our patio, when you first walk in the house and the driveway, there's a big dumpster out there. And so basically, I'm a big believer in energy in the home and feng shui. And the other day, we pressure washed the front driveway and the patio and cleaned the whole entire area walking in the house. And I cannot tell you mentally what an impact that had on me. I mean, even though the rest of the house is under construction and it's kind of a Tasmanian devil zone, I still feel when I walk in the house, because that area is open and clean and fresh, and you can just walk in, it opens a pathway. And it's just an example of how it really does, being outside and those types of things, the greenery, the impactful openings in people's lives really make a difference. So yeah.
No, I think that's a great point. And on my on the video that you just saw, I was talking about changing your environment. And it's not always so easy because I mean, when your house is under construction, it's under construction. You can't just snap your fingers and make it go away. So what I love what you did is you you took a little space, a little area, and you made it, you made it a wonderful place to dwell in, so that you can get away from your current messy environment into one that is peaceful and clean. And at the very least, we can all do that if you if you can go outside and take a walk and just get away from that environment if it's bothering you. If you can't eliminate your environment, find a safe place to go until that environment can be changed, because I know it's not you just can't make it change overnight, obviously.
Right. And I love what you said also about people. I mean, everybody has commitments today. We all have social media that sucks us in, and family commitments, and kids and friends. And it's so important, I think. And I love what you said about, really prioritizing and taking some of those time suckers away. So if you feel like you're spending too much time, and I know that everybody goes through that. I mean, women in general, we have a hard time saying no. We really are, we're yes people, and we want to try to make everybody happy. And I find that, when you do start to say no to those things, you can't necessarily go to every single birthday party that your child is invited to, or every birthday party that you're invited to, or every, cocktail hour or networking event, or even though, obviously it's good and beneficial to participate in things like that. But I find that when I prioritize and I actually start saying no to things, it really makes a difference in my life and the quality of my life.
Absolutely. And I think it's very difficult for women to completely eliminate people from their lives. And I know that may be an extreme example, but sometimes it absolutely is necessary. If you have toxic business partners, if you have toxic family members, I mean, I'll share with you, I haven't spoken to my mother in over 15 years because our relationship was toxic. And I think people think, wow, that's extreme. It's crazy. It's how could you just not, have that relationship anymore? Well, life is really short. And in the big picture, we don't have a lot of free time because when we finally get done with all of those commitments that we have to participate in, there's not a lot of free time left over. And in my opinion, that free time should be capitalized on with people and places and activities that bring you joy and happiness and peace or rest or whatever to you is wonderful. We need to protect that time, and sometimes that means eliminating certain people from our lives. So don't
Right.
have to do that.
No,
It does. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it doesn't have to be permanent either. You can take breaks from people, just maybe.
Right. No, there's different phases. Absolutely. There's different phases in our lives. And, Amy and I are really good friends. So I know a lot of the history with her family and with her mom. And so, it is easy to say or to judge, others with decisions that they make. But, as I get older, I realize that there's lots of gray areas, and life is fragile and life is short. And if someone, even if it's someone that is that close to you, is perhaps toxic or harmful to you and your family, sometimes you do have to cut those ties and distance yourself. And like Amy said, it doesn't have to be forever. Sometimes it's just a temporary hiatus where you need to just, distance yourself, make yourself a little bit stronger. But, I just wanted to share that too, because I feel like, there's not always a black and white answer, and there's lots of gray areas in life.
Well, and one other thing that I like to share too today is that, I like to tell everybody I live in the Biederwolf bubble. That's my little name for my little protected environment. And in that bubble, lives my family and my husband, my work and my friends. What doesn't live in that bubble is the news media. It's not, flash stories on the internet. I happen to be a very, very sensitive person. So when I see some of these horrific things that happen in life, and yes, it is life and terrible things do happen, but it bothers me, especially for long periods of time. I actually sometimes wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, really obsessing over what happened here in Florida with that poor little baby who got who got bitten by the alligator. And so I know that I personally have to protect myself from all of these horrific stories, because it doesn't add any value to my life. It detracts from my happiness and what I know I need to do. And it's funny because some people will say to me, "Oh, Amy, did you hear about X, Y, and Z?" And I'll say no, or they'll ask me my opinion on it. And I say, "I don't even know what you're talking about." And they'll laugh at me and say, "Well, did you crawl out from under a rock?" And I'll think to myself, no, but I have been dwelling in my Biederwolf bubble, but that's where I'm happy and protected. And if there's something,
sometimes it's good to be in that bubble.
Yes, this is the little bubble. And look, don't get me wrong. If there's something that needs to be addressed, I have no problem addressing it, and I have no problem with confrontation and taking care of business. But if it's not something that adds value or I can control, then I really try to keep it out of my psyche and my space.
No, and I think that brings us back to the point of the space and the environment. And one thing that I just wanted to touch on too was, and I agree with you with what you said, Amy. I try to limit, even for the kids. I think sometimes the news is just so negative, and it really is. It sucks positivity out of you. And to go back to the point about being outside. There are a lot of studies that show that just taking some time away and breathing in the air, I mean, it helps reduce your blood pressure, it helps reduce your heart rate. So, make a little space, whether that's out in your backyard, whether it's at the beach, whether it's at a park. And if there's nothing else from just a takeaway from today, try to find a little space that you can get to, even if it's 5 minutes a day, going for a walk, breathing in the fresh air, breathing in the salt air, whatever it is that you love to do. 5 minutes. I know that I was listening to the radio the other day about one of the new apps on, I think it was on the Apple iPhone, and it has an app about just 5 minutes of breathing. And it gives you a little exercise that you do, and it shows you how literally 5 minutes of breathing can make a huge impact in your heart rate and your levels of stress. So, so I just wanted to share that. Yeah.
Then close your eyes and imagine it, and listen to some nature sounds.
Yeah, visualization is so powerful as well. Yeah. So I think that's it for today. Thank you, Amy, for that wonderful motivational video. And any final closing words?
Nope. Go forth and multiply. Take on the day and be happy. That's my best wisdom for today.
All righty. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks.
Bye now.
Bye. Bye.